Welcome back, it's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review, and today from Hasbro and their G.I. Joe Classified Series line, we are featuring Lowlight. Alright, so as a kid, I loved Lowlight in the cartoon. There was just something about him. You know, it was that kind of like lower, raspy voice, his calm demeanor. And you knew just looking at him that he was up to like something all the time because he looked very covert, you know, with the gray and then the skull cap and the red lenses. There was just something about him that everything just pulled together so well. It's such a nice character design. The box art looks great. Nice character portrait. Comes with some cool accessories, lots of accessories. Some characters like Copperhead barely come with anything, and he comes with like too much. It's great. Yeah, let's get started. I'm excited about this figure. I say this all the time. It's such a great time to be a G.I. Joe fan. You know, for us in this day and age, so many years later, to be able to revisit all these fantastic characters that won us over, like in the cartoons or in the comic books. It's just so cool. Here's the figure. It looks so weird seeing him without his glasses on. I've said this before. Certain characters take on a different personality once you remove their headwear, and in the case without the glasses, it's kind of like I'm seeing his face. Am I supposed to be seeing his face? You know, it's weird. Alright, so this is the one accessory I was kind of excited about. Does it open? Yeah, that's awesome. Look at that. That is sick. So, you know, this guy is like sniping people, you know, from rooftops. This is so cool. This is definitely one of the cooler accessories I've gotten in the Classified series. I was watching recently on Peacock, the John Wick spinoff Continental, and there's the one guy, he's a sniper, and he's like sniping people from some lady's apartment. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this is cool. Someone that carries around a bag like this, you know he's up to no good. But Lowlight is on the Joes, he's on the side of the Angels, so... Alright, so his cardboard coffin tray features the grayscale version of his character portrait. Looks cool. Here he is. That's a nice head sculpt. Man, the texture on his hat is so clean and crisp. It's kind of weird when you look at some of these figures now. Like, for example, action figure... like engineering and all the technology, it's always making like leaps and bounds like every 5 years. Like I dug out some of my older Star Wars Black Series figures, which are already like I think over 10 years old, and they do not age well. The sculpting on some of them is like really soft. The hair looks horrible. But man, these figures nowadays, they're so sharp and the details is so high definition compared to the stuff we got like 10 years ago. This looks so nice. Look at that. Excellent shade of gray. The color scheme really does match the original figure. In terms of putting on, I always worry about putting these goggles on because my fear is that these straps, they're so thin that they're going to snap. Does this hat come off? No, it doesn't. I'm not going to put them on right now. I don't want to... I'm so paranoid I'm going to like ruin it. To see if I can force it on. Will it work? Oh, there you go. Or it's not that bad. Yeah, that's him. Once you put the goggles on him, he really, goes into that role of being low light. And he does not want to focus. Why don't you want to focus? There you go. Look at that. It's so, man, that's such a nice figure. Oh, this is like the one thing I do hate about the classified series is that for whatever reason they can never line. I think it's because they put the socket too high up. It should be like the older figures where the socket's lower and the peg is lower. Because one of the issues I have with the backpacks is that once you put them on, they don't conform to the curvature of their spine. There's always that unsightly gap, and sometimes they kind of jut out too far. It'd be nice if they found a way to like seat the backpack so it kind of fits the figure a little bit more perfectly. But then you run into issues too because, there's the ab crunch and this. One thing I do like about this figure is that his ab crunch is super tight. There's been a few cases where I'll buy a new classified series figure and then it's too wobbly, like it's almost like flopping around. But this one it feels nice and snug. Yeah, overall great action figure. If you're a fan of low light, you're not going to be disappointed. Hasbro does such a really good job of updating some of these figures and just really bringing them into the modern age. Some of these characters are so beloved by Joe fans. Everyone has their favorites. If you go to any G.I. Joe fan and tell them to name their Mount Rushmore, I'm sure each one's going to be a little bit different. But yeah, great figure, all around. Love the accessories. There's a lot going on here. All right, so let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.